Wow. Honestly, just wow. This game was amazing. Everything I wanted from a Life is Strange game and more was here. This is going to be my first impressions review of the all new Life is Strange True Colours. Before I go any further, this is your spoiler warning right here, right now. If you've not yet played Life is Strange True Colours, then please go and play this game and come back here. Right, hopefully the crows have scattered and it's just ye mighty glowy bears left with me. Let's get into this review. If you want more Life is Strange content in the future, feel free to like and subscribe. This world is my passion and I'm excited to dive deeper in the future. But for now, grab your snorkels and let's get surface diving into Haven Springs. Much like both Before the Storm and Season 1, it has that classic Life is Strange feel. It just emanated LIS and a Deck 9 game from the very beginning. So many callbacks or call signs of this franchise lay embedded at the heart of the story. Mac is the most obvious early decoy, as you basically are Pavloved into hating his ass since minute 20. Steph has the initial love of the fans being the side love interest, and obviously making her appearance back from Before the Storm, the Life is Strange prequel. She took an early lead in people's romance pursuits. The side characters in general, they're all complex and relatable, even the most hateable ones. Alex is an amazing protagonist. Her ability isn't explored, again like Season 1, and I do wish that it didn't take until Episode 5 to see what she was like before moving to Haven. But this was only after I finished the game, because I was so enamoured with her and her story. I wanted to know more. Much like Max, she's slightly introverted. She has a passion for expressive arts like Rachel, and a nice streak at the end of the game to tell the world to fuck off like Chloe. She fits perfectly within this universe. I genuinely think that for every human being playing this game, there is one scene where Alex sees someone suffering or is in pain herself that hits that oh fuck level of relatability. From dementia to seeing a loved one slowly pass in a hospital, watching your family argue relentlessly, or seeing a friend break down. It's all there, all the colours, every tear of joy, every cry of pain. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to put my negative Nancy hat on for just a second. I had this game spoiled for me. Not really, but I pieced it together using my own brain and the information given to us throughout the game. Once again, this is your very, very last warning. Please click away now if you haven't completed the game or don't want to learn the secrets of Haven. 3, 2, 1. Right, they should be gone now. I saw Jed coming from a mile away. Almost as soon as it was mentioned he dragged people out of the old mine that Typhon owned, I knew he was the bad guy. Gabe is killed by a mining blast at the end of episode 1 that was set off initially. It's pinned on Mac, but we know that it obviously is not going to be him because of how we were introduced to this character. This leads us to search for the real killer or villain the rest of the game. I don't think I was supposed to figure out Jed was the bad guy as early as I did, but I had a bit of help. The final boss fight at the end of the RPG episode is a perfect bit of foreshadowing. Once again, I knew that it actually was foreshadowing, thanks to the Eurogamer review that I watched beforehand. Kinda ruins the whole idea of foreshadowing if you realise it is, but well, what can you do? Really though, it took 2 pieces of information for the player to put the mystery together. Jed was in the old mine in 2008, and they wanted to hide something there. Alex figures this out sometime before the start of the festival. This did, however, create a moment of tension at the end of episode 4. Classic Life is Strange, as once again a character we have come to love is shot and ends up in the dirt at the hands of an older male authority figure. Moral of the story, don't trust men in Life is Strange games, guys. So, even a moment I went, fuck, I figured it out already, created a moment I didn't expect, and they still managed to build tension and create fear within me. I did not want to go up to that mine with budget Santa Claus. I think that was intended. The opening of episode 5 is also amazing. Whilst I'm not Asian American, the idea of play your part feels like such a Asian traditionalist view. In the dream sequence, in order to combat her fear and wake up, Alex must toe the line. That line ends up hurting her, again and again. I'm sure this hit hard for so many children with strict traditionalist parents growing up, Asian or not. Whilst we solved the mystery of Gabe's death, other smaller obstacles arose from the characters of Haven Springs. Eleanor's dementia, for example, was an amazing look at how illness strips away a person's memories. Mental health, trust, truth, and responsibilities all play a heavy part of this story and are issues the characters must face time and time again. It's a great diversion, it's a great exploration, and I loved every second of it. In one of the last but most powerful scenes of the whole game in episode 5, Alex comes back from the mines alive after being pushed down by Jed, half dead. She stands in front of a room, a terrified, scared woman, and tells her story. But not everyone believes her. This is of course dependent on the choices and relationships you've formed with the people of Haven so far, but it's possible that Ryan, your friend, someone who's helped you solve this mystery, sides with his father instead. And obviously others will not believe you as well. Ducky, for example, is really hard to sway as he's known Jed for years, decades even. This whole experience, this whole scene was frustrating and a horrifying commentary on what women have to deal with in cases of sexual assault. Whether it's intentional or not, you are angry hearing Alex recount her hardship only to be waved away as crazy and psychotic, whilst she is literally standing there in front of the entire room dripping in her own blood. It's just horrifying. The whole scene in the Black Lantern was hard to watch and it was hard to look away. Fuck, it was powerful. I applaud Zach Garris and the team for having the fucking balls to write this scene in. It takes guts. Another scene that I'm so glad they put in was Ryan grieving over losing his friend Gabe. Seeing him be so emotionally vulnerable to the point where he collapsed in Alex's arms in a fit of tears isn't something enough men do. In anything, real life or in the media, my respect was earned solely on these few scenes, to be honest. These were powerful and will go down as the best parts of the game in my opinion, and to others, hopefully at least the most impressionable. Admittedly, one-shotting the whole game and playing 5 episodes in 12 hours means that it does all blend together, but these moments stuck with me and had me thinking about them long after the episode ended, long after the game ended. That's going to be it for my first initial review of Life is Strange True Colors. I'll be back with some more Life is Strange content soon when I get into the comics to conclude Max and Chloe's story. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll let the calming Life is Strange Season 1 menu music play you out. See you next time. Bye.